Eric, my apologies for the yapping chihuahua in the background. I'm afraid Oscar would probably have him for lunch. But as you can see, we are now joined by Erik Jones, driver of the number 43 Petty's Garage Chevrolet for Richard Petty Motorsports. And we have a lot of questions. We're going to start with Mark Guerra with the Performance Racing Network. Go ahead with the question, Mark.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Eric. Thanks for joining us. Just wonder what you thought about your start to the season right now and the performance of Richard Petty Motorsports, 5 races in.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we've kind of been to every track now, and it's been a good start to the season for us. Obviously, we've had some ups and downs, but top 10 at Vegas was obviously great. 20th at Phoenix, which I think we were probably a little bit better than that until the last 50 laps. Unfortunately, that's when they pay. But it's been a good start. I think we've done a good job each week, just getting better and better. I was really pleased with the improvement from Miami on to Vegas and the improvement we made there, going from 20th place car at Homestead to a top 10 car at Vegas. So we just need to keep that trend going, obviously, and hopefully in the next short track that we go to, we can take what we learned at Phoenix and hopefully improve on it.
So what do you think of all the new winners that we've had this season? Does it give you hope that, hey, if you guys hit it right, you guys could be the Cinderella story one week?
Yeah, I hope so. It's cool to see the start of the season where we've had all these different winners. It's definitely been unique. And, I think we're capable of that. Obviously, with no practice, it's a little bit different. And like you said, if you happen to hit on it that week, you can be the guy that does it. So, excuse me. I hope that we can do it one week, hit it really well. I thought Vegas was close for us. If we could have got some track position, we started, excuse me. We started pretty far back and it took us just kind of all day to get up there. So if we can start farther forward at some of these places, I think we're going to have a shot to hopefully do it.
All right. Thank you. And by the way, you need to always take a timeout, man, in broadcasting and just get the water because the frog ain't going away. Once it starts, it ain't going away. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Our next question will come from Bob Pockers. Go ahead with the question, Bob.
Yeah, Eric, I don't know if you heard, but NASCAR is going to be using dogs to sniff teams as they go through the garage for COVID. Had you heard that? And are you good with it, or do you have any concerns?
They just told us here goes again, like 20 minutes ago. So I don't have any concerns with it. From what it sounds like, they've learned quite a bit over the last year about detecting COVID and kind of how the best ways are to do it. And they feel really confident in the dogs. I'm a dog lover, so I I don't have any problem with the dogs doing it. And if they think that that they can do a good job, it seems like they from what they've learned and what they know about it, it's just as good as a test. So I feel good about it, and it sounds like we're going to use that instead of the temperature checks. So I think it'll be fun.
And as far as your performance this year, what can you kind of give an analysis of the cars from what you thought they were going to be to what they actually are?
Really they're what I thought they would be. I felt pretty confident going in, to be honest with you, about what kind of the equipment is and what they have and the resources that we have at RPM. And it's, it's been similar to what I thought. And really the cars are really close. We have opportunities to, like I was mentioning a second ago, I think really hit it right and have an opportunity to run really well week in and week out. So, there's a lot of good things that the cars do that I've felt over the last few weeks. And there's some stuff that, I think we can work on and get better and improve. And we just got to race and learn more about those things. Without practice, it's tough to go in and say, hey, this is what we got to do better before the race. We just have to get out there and do it and learn from it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Our next question is going to come from Michael Shelton. Go ahead with the question, Michael.
Thank you very much. Well, Eric, other than the 28th place finish last June, you've been pretty consistent at Atlanta with 3 top 15 finishes. Going into this weekend, we've heard so many descriptions about Atlanta Motor Speedway. I just wanted to know what your impressions are of the track, how you would describe it, and what do you think will be the key for you and your team to have a successful run on Sunday?
Yeah, Atlanta's kind of a unique place, but we've always run pretty decent there in the past. And, it's just really worn out. You really got to have your car working good on the bottom. You got to be able to really hook the yellow line and make it work down there. So, I think overall Atlanta's it's abrasive, it's worn out, gets a little slicker every year, and you just have to really, focus on making your car good on the long run. So it's tough. It's not easy to get your car driving good there. I feel like the balance is a little bit more finicky with this package now than what it was in the past with the lower downforce package. So you really have to hit it right and make sure your car's working good. So when you have to start getting up and running the top, I feel like that's kind of a band-aid, and it's not really where you want your car to be running. So if you can get it running good on the bottom and hooking the line well, you're going to have a pretty good day.
You're on mute, Michael. Are you all good? Okay, we're going to move on to Anton Horescliff. Go ahead with your question, Anton.
Thanks, Matt. Good afternoon, Eric. You've already had 5 races together with Richard Petty Motorsports, and it seems like you found your rhythm there. How is the adaptation process going so far, and have you had any difficulties during it?
Overall, it's went pretty good. No real difficulties. It's been a smooth transition for me. The biggest thing is really just getting to, work with Jerry and have him, learn more about me and kind of what I want out of the race car, and when I'm asking for adjustments, kind of what I want from those adjustments. So that's been the biggest thing, but it's just a matter of getting to the racetrack every week and going out and doing it. Like I said, no practice. You don't really have that time to learn. So you have to go out and race each week, but the transition has been really smooth. I've been trying to put in the effort and do what I can on my end to make our cars as good as they can be. And, from my point, obviously driving the car, doing the best I can there as well. So it's been a smooth transition though.
Thanks, wishing you all the best for this weekend.
Thank you.
Our next question is going to come from Tucker White. Go ahead with the question, Tucker.
Hi, Eric. First off, apologies for any background noise because there's late models on track here at Bristol right now. Now, given your background, you're no slouch when it comes to dirt racing, but I'm guessing you've never, with only like 2 starts in the truck series on a dirt race, how does one prepare for a stock car race on a dirt track?
I don't know that you really can too much. It's it's still going to be a cup car on dirt at Bristol. At Bristol, really, at the end of the day, our cars aren't, they're not dirt cars. They're not really made to handle dirt. So you just have to do the best you can. Looking at Eldora and how those truck races were, it's about being patient and kind of picking your times to go and picking the times to make the moves and just being, easy with it and trying to make the most of it. So I don't really have much dirt experience. I haven't done much of it. I'm going to go run a micro, hopefully tomorrow. It's a little rainy here in North Carolina, so hopefully that clears out and we can go get some laps. But, just getting something on dirt, to get a feel for it. And I think really, the dirt guys are going to have a little bit of advantage just knowing how the lines move around and kind of what lane to be in. But, I think that's all as far as driving, it's going to be totally different for everybody.
All right. Thank you.
Our next question will come from Ashley McCubbin. Go ahead with the question, Ashley.
We've seen 5 different winners in 5 races so far this season. Has the diversity in winners surprised you? And does it change your strategy in trying to make the playoffs this year?
I don't think it really surprises me too much. I think the guys that have won are all guys that are, totally capable of winning on a certain weekend. And, with no practice, it's less surprising because it's a matter of, really hitting your car right when you unload and hit the racetrack. When you have practice, you always kind of see the cream rise, right? It's always the same guys that, know how to get their stuff really good, especially at the tracks that they're good at. And, without practice, you lose that. So you're just totally relying on hitting it right. A little bit of the flip of the coin, right? You hope that it lands on the good side and it's handling good for you. So it doesn't really surprise me, but it doesn't really change my approach to the playoffs either. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit harder to point your way in the more and more winners we get. But, we still got to do the best we can each week and just try to, continue clicking points off and moving up and, take advantage of the places that we can go and have a shot to win and, hopefully win one.
And a lot of people have considered that once you get a win, you're in the playoffs, but we could run into a scenario where we have 17, 18 winners. Is that a scenario that has crossed the mind thinking about that being a possibility and trying to get into the playoffs?
I mean, I've thought about it for sure. I think everybody is already after, all the different winners we've had so far. So, That just makes it more important to make sure that you're getting as many points as you can each week and moving up. And, if we do get in that situation that you got enough points over the next guy that's got to win to hopefully beat him into the playoffs. So just makes points even, more of a focus, I guess. It's funny, like this system is supposed to be winning and getting in, but we're in a situation where we could realistically have more than 16 winners.
Thank you for your time today.
Yep. Thanks.
Our next question will come from Dustin Long. Go ahead with your question, Dustin.
Thank you. Eric, a couple questions. You talk about doing the micro. I'm assuming you're going to run over at Millbridge. So if that's the case, what do you get out of running a little car on a little track like that will help you at Bristol? I know we were talking to Eric Almiral earlier today, and he said that some people kind of talk to him that Bristol may actually kind of be more like a Martinsville or Richmond race, and that you're not sliding the car around as much and be kind of more like that type of a racetrack. So I'm curious what you're trying to get other than just kind of getting the feel of dirt underneath you.
That's really it, just the feeling of dirt, being on dirt and having the car and what it feels like. And, I haven't been on dirt in, I guess six years was the last time. So, just being on a dirt track, like you mentioned, not a lot's going to apply over, totally different car, track, everything. I think Eric's probably right that, the track's going to be more like a Martinsville or Richmond. It's going to be really slick, and you really got to manage your grip and that whole kind of thing. So for me, though, it's just getting some kind of dirt feel, just anything that maybe I can take over with me just to get reacquainted with it a little bit.
And also, I know the preferred manner of getting into the playoffs is through a win. Obviously, in all this conversation about points, one of the things is certainly when you have a struggle in a race, it can lead to where you're going to start the next race, and that can complicate things in trying to get stage points. How much does it almost become? Can it become kind of like the snowball rolling down the hill and growing larger and larger in situations like that?
It can pretty easy right now. If you have a bad race, especially going into a mile and a half, and you got to start pretty far back, makes it pretty tough. It's hard to get up there and get those get those spots and get those positions. And, definitely hard to earn stage points when you start that far back, especially in the first stage. So it can snowball pretty quickly, without qualifying. Your week before kind of carries over. And that's not something that, as a driver you want. If you have a bad week, you don't want to take it with you, and you're kind of forced to right now. So it's easy to get in that hole, and it's hard to get out of it. But, hopefully we can just, stay out of that and avoid it and just stay up towards the front. And, I think for us, getting some stage points is going to be pretty important. We haven't done that yet. So we need to hopefully, figure out here early in these races to get up and get some more points. I think that'd be pretty beneficial to us.
Thank you.
Yep.
Our next question is going to come from Kelly Crandall. Go ahead with the question, Kelly.
Thanks, Matt. Hey, Eric, apologies if this was asked. I jumped in late, but after 5 weeks with the team, you've kind of seen a little bit of every track, road courses, intermediate, super speedway, all that. So given that, and given what you've seen out of the team so far, has anything changed in terms of your expectations or agenda with this team compared to what you thought it might be coming into the year before you sat in the car?
Not really. I think top 20 in points is our goal. Obviously making the playoffs, getting a win, that's like the top tier echelon for us. But, I don't think my expectations are any different. I think it's just having consistent improvement, just trying to get better and better each week and doing what we can to make the car faster every time we hit the racetrack. But, I feel confident in it. Some of the gains we've made already over the season have been really encouraging and have been really good. So hopefully we can just keep that trend going and keep getting our car better each week.
Good deal. Well, Eric, thank you for taking the time. Join us. Good luck this weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Sounds good, guys. Thanks.